Are you cool yet? Well, guess what we're gonna do. Hey everyone, I'm Jeret Burnett with RV Airflow Systems. Let's go make these people cooler than everyone else. So we're gonna do the unboxing here so you know everything that comes inside your unit when you get it. You're going to have a full set of instruction sheets. There's two sides. It's got pictures on here. Read everything through at least twice so you don't miss a step. Spend an extra 5 minutes on the instructions. Might save you an extra 10 to 15 minutes on the install. You are going to get 2 new inserts for the actual unit itself. And last but not least, you'll also get a sticker so that you can let everyone know you're cooler than they are. We're going to start taking this apart. These vent tabs, be real careful when you're pulling them off. After a while they become very brittle and they could break with just a little bit too much pressure on them. So we're going to pull this off and the filter and set this aside. Usually on the Dometics there's 2 little caps up here that cover the 2 screws. You're going to want to remove those. Be real careful when you do. You can use a sharp pointed knife to pop those off, but it can damage them. So be real careful when you pull them out of there. And we're going to take the control panel loose from here. And when that is out, it's just going to kind of hang up there by the wires while you're doing this. There's going to be 6 screws up here, 3 on each side. Looks like these ones are the Phillips instead of the standard number 2 heads. So we're going to pull all of these out. And we're going to drop one. We're going to take this off, and we will be reusing this. And with this, when we get ready to go and put it back in, there's 4 tabs on here that fit right up in here. However, when you put the unit in there, those need to come off. You can just take a pair of pliers and we're going to snap them right off. They come off very easy. Okay, now we got to take our leg bolts off. On the Dometic, it is a 3/8. And one you want to be a little careful on when you get down to the last leg bolt is to hold on to this so that it doesn't drop on your head. This part is going to come off. It was sitting on here. That's what we're going to get rid of when we put it back in. Now you can see with this sitting up in here, it was not attached all that great. That's where a lot of your lost airflow comes from. So now we're going to clean this up a little bit. We're going to take the center styrofoam out. And before we put the side inserts in, we're going to go through, we're going to make sure that all of these are taped up really nice so that no airflow is lost into the attic. So what we're going to use to tape this up is some foil tape. It's very durable, it's very strong, but it's also very easy to tear off of here. So we get the best of both worlds. We're going to completely tape around this ducting system to make sure it goes onto the plenum. All of our air is going to be going into the ducting system and not sitting up in here rolling and causing a bunch of turbulence. piece about. Okay, so what we just did is used our razor knife. This ducting system was sticking into the plenum area about a 1/4 inch further than we like. So we just trimmed it off so it's nice and flush. Now we're going to tape this one up, make it all pretty. So now that we got everything good and taped off and it's all sealed, we're going to put our inserts in. These have a little seal on them. So as you put this into that plenum area, into your racetrack, it allows for fluctuation to keep the RV airflow systems unit nice and flush and nice and tight. The backing off of them, and you want to get the flush end as close as you can to the back of your plenum area. And just give it a light press. You don't have to do an Olympic strongman when you're pushing it in there. You just want just enough to hold it in place. There you go. Our inserts are in. You do not want to put screws in these. You want to allow this to have some fluctuation in there. So now that we got our inserts in, we're going to put the actual unit in. To get this in, it's very easy. Have it about a 45-degree angle. Get the two tips started. Then just get it going straight up in there and rotate it right into place. And we're going to look at these corners and make sure that we can easily get those leg bolts back in. And they're all good into place. Let's start putting it back together. Now that we got the unit in, we want to put this flange back in. It's going to sit up there nice and snug. It's got a lip on each end of it that we're going to make sure goes in right at the edges. You don't want that sticking down any. Okay, we get that up in there. And what we're going to do is put in a couple of the leg bolts so it will hold it, and then we can make some final adjustments to make sure it's in there nice and smooth. Now that we got these bolts back in, we're going to use our impact. We're going to tighten this down. You want to tighten them up to approximately 40 to 50 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. If you go foot-pounds, it's going to be way too tight. And you don't want to bend this flashing. Okay, we're just going to get them snug, and we're going to do a Z type part. We're going to go from one corner to the other, cross over, and then come back. I recommend using a fat wrench. That's FAT wrench. Goes to inch-pounds, works very well. If you don't happen to have an inch-pound torque wrench, you can get those leg bolts finger tight, then go an additional 3 to 4 full rotation turns. When you're putting the screws back in here, these can get very brittle over time. You want to be real careful and just get them snug. Don't over tighten them. We're going to put the control board back on. You don't want this thing flopping around as you're going down the road. Now we're all ready to put the filter back on. So same thing when we took it off. Be very careful of these tabs. They do become brittle over time. And the last thing that you want to do is get done with a really good job and break those tabs off. There we go. All put back together. I think we need to turn this thing on and just see how cool we are. Ooh, look at that. That air is flowing nice now. Let's go get the owners. Let's have them take a look. We'll see you guys later. If you guys have any more questions on anything that we're doing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be putting a lot of content out there. for all of you, the viewers, make you happy. If you're ever dissatisfied with it, let us know. We will make it right. We'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. Please support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram.